Okay, members, welcome to the 42nd meeting of the Public Accounts Committee in this 2022-2027 mandate. Can I advise all members that the committee meeting will be recorded and broadcast through Parliament buildings and online, and that there could be a slight delay in moving between any private session or back into public session, so please be patient with the system. Can I also advise anybody who will be joining us in the public gallery that they are welcome to use their mobile devices as long as they're in airplane mode, and that all devices are muted. You can also connect to the Assembly Wi-Fi, and the password can be found in the gallery rules, and it is not permitted at any time to take photographs or record any part of today's proceedings. Apologies, we have a number. David Honeyford's just joined us, Padraig Delargy MLA, Colin Gildernew MLA, Diane Forsyth MLA, Tom Buchanan MLA, and we will be joined shortly by Cathal Boylan MLA, Cheryl Brown the MLA, and online we have Colin Crawford MLA. Okay, members, we'll move on to draft the minutes. Can I refer members to a copy of the draft minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of May, pages 6 to 13 of the pack. And if members are agreed that it's an accurate reflection of the meeting, I'll sign. Members happy enough? Thank you. Here's okay, members, can I ask if anyone has any relevant declaration of interest to declare for this meeting? No? Okay, thank you. Chairperson's business today. Matters arising, members, at page 4 of the tabled pack. There's a letter from the Northern Ireland Policing Board advising that the Northern Ireland Audit Office report into the PSNI Fleet Management is being considered by the Resources Committee of the Board. Can I seek agreement to note this correspondence?
Great.
Thank you. Okay, members, page 18 of the pack, there's a memo from the Committee for Infrastructure regarding concerns over the termination of the driver and vehicle agency vehicle testing equipment contract in October 2024. At this point, I'm going to ask the clerk to brief the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So just by way of background, PAC has done some work around DVA and the MOT test centres back in 2021, and of course then there was the more recent procurement report, which doesn't actually refer at all to DVA. So in terms of the inquiry that was done about the DVA, that was in 2021. And some of the key findings were that there was no asset life cycle planning, and there was an issue with regard to the lifespan of the MOT lifts. There was an absence of a replacement plan, over-reliance on a supplier who was responsible for maintaining and inspecting equipment, weak contract management, and specifically there was, in terms of CPD, they had acted on advice they'd said at the time about continuing the contract with MAHA, but there was no specific rule about SIB, which is what the Infrastructure Committee, it's one of the questions that they've asked in their memo. And then more recently, of course, there was the public procurement report, which didn't specifically go into any of those details that were raised in the 2021 report. So in terms of any information that would go back to the Infrastructure Committee, I would just suggest that it would be helpful just to provide that background that I've outlined, and refer them to the various reports. Both reports now have their MORs as well, so they can, track those recommendations. But that would be all that the committee has done in that space.
Thank you, Clerk. Members, any comments?
Yeah, maybe I should declare an interest in that aspect, in that I have a family member works in MOT centres.
You're going to say you're providing the lifts, Tom, there, is it? Members happy enough with the briefing from the clerk? Okay. Thank you. Okay, members, we'll be shortly moving into closed session, and a number of items will be considered under closed session today, given the nature of each of the individual inquiries. So we'll be considering the formal consideration of draft report into developing the skills for Northern Ireland's future. We'll also be considering the initial consideration of the draft report into reducing adult reoffending, and we'll be receiving a brief on managing the school's estate. So members will be doing that in closed session, and will now, with your permission or agreement, we'll go into closed session.
And Senate Chamber. Sound. Senate Chamber. Sound.